We'll go with Tim. First question here on the right on one.
Steph, Tim Reynolds with the AP. When Nick Nurse was in here about an hour ago, he said that he thinks of you as a transformational player in that there's kids now working on 40-footers and their handles and trying to mimic the things you do in your pregame routine, things of that nature. When you're in it, when you're still playing at this level, do you ever think of that effect that you have as how kids see literally everything you do on the court, whether it's before the game, during the game, or after? Do you ever think about that?
Yeah, I think about it, especially as of late where you have those kind of run-ins with parents or kids or coaches who are developing the next generation of talent, and they kind of have some of the same sentiments around what kids are interested in the game of basketball and what they see on TV and what they try to mimic and stuff like that. So it's kind of a cool experience. I always talk about the work that goes into. Everybody sees the finished product these days on social media, whatever you see, the glitz and glam and what happens out there on the floor, but hopefully they understand and appreciate the countless hours that go into pretty much anybody on this level that is put on an NBA jersey and the hard work that goes into it. So hopefully they're inspired and motivated that they can, feel like they can do some of the stuff that I do or that anybody else does in this league, but just doesn't, just like Draymond said, you don't just wake up and or accidentally, coincidentally be great at something. You gotta put the time in.
Paul in the middle.
Hi, Steph. Paul Flannery, SB Nation. The other day, Steve mentioned that being in the situation down the game in the finals on the road is fun because there's a challenge involved and you can test yourself in this kind of environment. How do you view this situation?
It would have been way more fun being up 1-0, but this is definitely fun in terms of like the challenge of being on this stage and understanding this. One game doesn't define a series. It's an opportunity for us tomorrow to come out and get one, be 1-1 going back home, which any road team would love that opportunity, and the things that we need to do differently as a team in order to win is the stuff that is the special part about the challenge. Energy, effort, focus for 48 minutes, and being on the stage again. No matter what the experience is, we're playing in the NBA Finals and we're chasing a championship, and everything that comes with it is what wakes us up in the morning, puts a smile on our face. So, we've had a lot of great experiences and had a lot of battles and a lot of challenges, and we've done well with them. So hopefully this is more of the same.
Take questions for Clay. First question, Mark on the right side on one.
Clay, Mark Schwartz, ESPN. Just ask Steph this, that you guys have shown an ability, no matter what the score is in a game, no matter where the series is at, you guys have this incredible sense of confidence as a group. How contagious is it, and what's it like to play with that kind of confidence, and how much does it help you win these games?
Well, confidence is obviously big in anything you do, any profession you're in. And it starts with our leader in Steph Curry, who's probably, you just see it in his game, his ability to pull up from 35 feet anywhere on the floor. Draymond as well, who plays with great passion and confidence. And, when the best guys on your team do that, it trickles down. And you need that, especially in this industry. You can't go out there and doubt yourself, especially on this stage, especially when you have a proven track record of winning and great team chemistry and all that. So we're never going to doubt ourselves, no matter what position we're in.
Over here on the left.
Anthony Slater with The Athletic. How different defensively of a series is this for you without, kind of like a high usage guard for you guys to contain like you had with Harden and Lillard the last couple series?
It's much different. They're not as they don't play as much one-on-one as the past couple rounds. Kawhi's great at it, but they really move the ball well, and they always seem to try to find that extra man. So our defensive rotations have to be a little tighter little faster tomorrow because we gave them, too many naked looks yesterday.
Do you find yourself in help side a bit more than just locked in?
Yeah.
To a match.
Yeah, so I'll have to adjust and be a helper and be better rotating because I left too many guys open yesterday and can't give NBA players wide open shots. They'll knock those down.
Brian, back right.
Brian Mahoney, Associated Press. Steve's been talking about your transition defense in game one since that night. Why weren't you guys good at that? Was it their speed or was it just your, just not up to your normal standards?
It's probably a combination of both. I mean, give them credit. Siakam was running the floor like a gazelle. They were getting the ball off the rim and just pushing it. And instead of crashing as hard as we did, we'll have to make the adjustment game two and kind of try and send more guys back. But, 10 days off as well. We might have had the little cobwebs. So it was just a mixture of things. But I know we'll be better tomorrow. So that's always a good thing.
Take first question, Mark on one, third row on your right.
Steve, Mark Schwartz, ESPN. You guys have so many weapons in your arsenal, but one of the intangible weapons that you have is just tremendous confidence on the part of individuals on that team. How does that confidence express itself? What does it look like to you, and how does it play out when you're down in a series like this?
I think any team that has been through the experiences that we have and that has won championships has to earn that confidence. I think players are naturally pretty confident at this level. Star players like we have, they've all got confidence. But what the real confidence is when you've been through everything, you've seen everything. You've won, you've lost, you've experienced every high, every low. And then you know what this is about, and you can dig into your reserve of experience to remember what's necessary, which is really, you just keep going back to the basics. It sounds boring, but transition defense and boxing out, and it's just, football coaches just say blocking and tackling. It's the same concept, but your ability to do that under pressure, when you're in the finals or in a big series, whatever, and everybody's, asking you a million questions, it's can you focus on blocking and tackling? That's what it comes down to. And to me, confidence is not just confidence in your shot, it's confidence in your ability to execute all the details that go into winning a game.
Mahoney? Right.
Steve, Brian Mahoney from the Associated Press. I'm not sure if you had seen yesterday the Clippers were fine because Doc Rivers made some comments on a TV show about Kawhi. As someone, I think you're probably interviewed more than anyone just based on how long your seasons are. Do you find yourself worrying about things you say now more than you used to? And I guess on the other side of that, you guys have your own free agents. Do you worry about what other people were saying about your players?
I got fined when I was the GM of Phoenix for making a joke on the Dan Patrick show. I think he asked me if we were interested in LeBron when LeBron was a free agent back in whenever it was that he went to Miami. And I said if he's willing to take minimum, we would take him. And Dan laughed, and I wrote a $10,000 check the next day. So I learned my lesson. So I don't comment about any other players.
Michael, right here.
Steve.
Doug, first question here on your left, Kyle.
Kyle, Doug Smith, the Toronto Star. We've all seen how well Marc Gasol's fit in on the floor with his abilities to run the offense, protect the rim. You've often said you're with teammates more than you're with your family during a season. How does he fit in that regard with a new group since February?
Marc's pretty easy to get along with. He's like one of those guys that's just a true professional. He goes about his business. He's, he likes to, he does his thing and gets in, get out. He blends in well. He fits in well. He's just an easygoing guy, so it's a lot easier. It's really easy to, have a conversation with him and talk to him, and he just gets on the plane and watches his film and talks about boating and does his thing.
Would that be one of the more unique things about this group of all you've been with around the Raptors is this team seems to be very even-keeled and never too high or too low?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty crazy that, it's a team that, everyone's just kind of staying the same way. And we've been preaching it all year. So it kind of just became contagious, and everyone just kind of, most guys' personalities are to be, even keeled off the court. On the court, we got some fiery guys, but off the floor, we got some, grown men, people with families and kids, and, they understand that their profession is their lives, and that's what they do. They take care of their families, their friends, their bodies, and they're professional. No problem.
Second row on your right.
Hey Kyle, Phil Barber, Santa Rosa Press Democrat. I don't think McCaw played at all in the Milwaukee series. How confident were you that he could come into the finals cold like that and perform? And how do you think he did in Game 1 in his minutes?
I mean, Pat's a champion. Pat's a champion, and I knew he would be able to step up to any task that he had at hand. He didn't play the Milwaukee game. He wasn't around for personal reasons, but he's back, and I would never doubt a moment of him stepping on that floor. I knew he would go out there and do his job and play hard, and made a huge three for us. And like I said, he given an opportunity to play, and he's going to help us as always.
First question here on the front left.
Kawhi, Paul Antunes, ESPN Brazil. You look around the city and the city is completely, basically enamored with you. Almost like it's a love affair. You go to restaurants, and there's the Kawhi and Dine stamp. You talk to fans, and you ask them who they think's gonna win the title, and they're like, Kawhi, not us. It seems like it's a real love affair right now. What are your thoughts on that, and what are your sentiments towards the city of Toronto right now?
I mean, I appreciate them for their support, you know what I mean? Coming in, I wanted to be able to contribute to the team and be able to, get them to this point, and, we're doing it so far. I'm here. I feel like I just, did something special for them, this group, just being able to be the first team to get to the NBA Finals for Toronto. And I mean, that's how fans are, everyone out here they love, not just me. If you walk through the city or if I'm with one of my teammates, they show them a lot of love as well. And they're just it's a great supported, group out here with the fans and with everyone in Toronto.
Michael, next question.
Michael Grange from Sportsnet. Why is Steph Curry so successful at relocating? Obviously, he's Steph Curry, so you're gonna have 5 sets of eyes on him at all times. That he's still able to squirt free after he gives the ball up. Why is he so good at that? And what's the challenge of sort of preventing that?
In game, obviously you have to ask him that question. Obviously, I feel like he works on that every day. He's one of the greatest shooters I've ever seen, and with shooters like that, that's what it's about. Relocating, finding your spot on the floor and getting to it. And he plays with some talented players, smart players that know how to give him the ball in his spots. And he's a crafty player. He's been here before, and I feel like that's what makes him who he is.
Joe Varden from The Athletic. 2 Kawhi questions. The first, what happened on that late switch to blitz that you were telling us about earlier? How'd it go?
From our standpoint, or what were they doing?
No. How'd the play turn out for you?
Well, there were several of them, right? There were several of them. So you just gotta not get lulled into getting back into the open space. It's like you think it's a switch and not a blitz, and you start playing your switch offense, and then all of a sudden it turns into a blitz offense. So you gotta leave your switch offense and go to your blitz offense.
And then
we did mediocre with it. Hopefully we can do better on it.
And then you won game one against the Warriors, obviously, on a night where your best player didn't have his best game, which they have never seen before in the finals. Can Kawhi get to that next level still, given the leg trouble that he's having?
Yeah, I don't think the leg trouble is much of an issue. I think, and I'm expecting him to play a lot better tomorrow.
Ethan over here on the left side.
Yeah, Ethan Strauss, The Athletic. A lot of playoff teams that go against the Warriors try to target Curry defensively and pick and roll and try to wear him out that way. But it seems like your team does it differently. Why do you go about that differently?
Well, we try to we use a term keep playing on offense, and that means that we don't like to react a lot of times to switches. When there's a switch made, you know, we do have. I just mentioned we have a switch offense that we play, but a lot of it is to just keep playing and not let a switch stop your offense and try to overanalyze a mismatch or bog down and wait 10 seconds to try to post feed against a smaller guy or whatever, because all it does is send you into a low shot clock situation, which are low percentage situations. We like to just keep playing, and it's easier to do now, you know, because everybody switches.